Alrighty. It is time to do some farming. I've taken my life force, put it over here. I've got a bunch of rusted scarabs and stuff to use. I'm not sure which of these have value and which of them I can just toss in. I'm gonna probably assume I can just toss in these. Harbinger has value. I'm not gonna throw those away. I doubt Abyss is worth that much. Is Blight worth anything? Good question. Probably should have done this before starting the stream. Right, so at least 10 rusted torment scarabs. They are worth half chaos each. That's fine. And the reason I care about the value of these, this is worth about 1C each. Should still be fine. Well, maybe I'll use others. Because basically, I'm just turning them into generic bonuses instead of them being something super important. Looks like a lot of them are about 1C each, which does make sense given that you can vendor them up. Hi. I was not in fact late, but it's good to know that YouTube is being slow. These streams started at exactly the correct time, and God damn it, YouTube, get your servers together. Supposed to go live instantly. And Rusted Blight. Okay, Rusted Blight actually worth something. I won't get rid of those then. What else? Oh, Shaper. I can throw Shaper in. So these will be my test scarabs for this. Just to make sure. It is all live, right? Yes. Good. Okay, YouTube's not that slow. It's just a little slow. How's it going? I've not gotten to play as much as I'd hoped to. So I am a bit behind on my progression, but that'll be okay. Hopefully, I can make up for a good bit of that today. That's all fine. Actually, do I want to do crater map? I don't really want to do crater map. I will worry about that later. How's it going, Snow? And so I am just going to do this. I'm not going to put Harbinger on or anything like that. I am going to put on Temple of Atsuatl, not that it will affect anything, just because I have missions and I want to do it. SRS is quite good. I would not necessarily advise Freezing Pulse Totems right now. I think Freezing Pulse Totems are playable, but you have to really love it and really love the totem playstyle for it to be worth it versus most other things. Oh, well, that saved me already. Oh no, Snow. But how will the world get its packages before Christmas? I mean, now is the time to play something aside of Torchlight. Because it's at that awkward point between seasons. I heard a bit about that. I haven't tried it too much for myself. I'm always suspicious of those things, though. Not in terms of the tool itself being bad, but in terms of there's going to be so much user error that it's going to cause issues. Good tool, but people are really bad at using good tools a lot of the time. I mean, hell, people are bad at using POB. Could you go away, Zappy Boy? Much appreciated. I believe there are plans in the future for Torchlight to come to console, but it's not necessarily something that I have a date for. Ooh, additional Gilded Scarab. These altars are really nice. Yeah, and I worry for a lot of people that's going to mean, oh, I don't need defense because I don't have a handy tool telling me how to get it, which is not what the lesson should be. We'll see, though. Maybe it'll go well and everyone will use it correctly and there won't be a ton of, like, how to do 200 million DPS in PoE using this one trick guides.
Ah, there you are. Ready to revisit the past?
Why would I have a television? I have a computer monitor. The only way I'd have a television is if my television was a computer monitor. But even then, it just seems like a more expensive thing that doesn't actually do what I want it to. I mean, unless Google wants to send me one, because if they're going to send me one for free to try out their product, then I'd be happy to try a Google TV. I'm so close to leveling up here. I want to level up before doing the boss, because this boss can be rippy, especially if you play badly.
Ah, there you are. Ready to revisit the past?
Magic monsters, yeah, I don't care about that.
It's time.
I need a better Progenesis at some point. The current one is only so-so, and so the uptime isn't great. I should also quality it at some point. But I spent all my money on my chest piece. Yeah, that reminds me, what was I'm gonna add a mastery somewhere where oh, right here. There we go.
Good job. Just in time.
Oh no, I do have an empty jewel socket.
It's time.
But people get real annoyed when I run live searches during stream, so I'm not going to fill that for a few hours. Because I'm looking for a corrupted blood jewel, and there weren't any good ones for sale. And I don't have anything to throw in at the moment. I guess if I find a jewel, I'll toss it in. This is better than nothing. Yeah, for some reason, people get really annoyed if I run any live searches while streaming.
Good job, Exile.
Alright, and now time to go fight the boss. ADC is not a bad amount to spend. That should get you some very solid upgrades. Ooh, is this still bugged? Yep. Goodbye, boss. Yes, Poisonous Concoction is stronger than when I played it. And it was viable for all that stuff last time, so it will be even more viable now. In fact, with more investment, it is even Uber Boss viable. I probably shouldn't stand in that. I wasn't dying, but that just seems like tempting fate. Yeah, it's definitely tempting fate. Yeah, usually what I do is I start it and then just play. Okay, well, I was going to say, I don't know where the monsters are. I am running Hexblast, which is a very interesting skill that I would not really recommend to a new player. Because essentially it relies on a good understanding of curse mechanics. But if you wanted to play something similar to this, that is much more beginner friendly, I would suggest Wave of Conviction Ignite. See, div card that rewards currency and it just gives them turbo? Sure, they'll just burn to death anyway. Oh, I don't want to stand here. Is Dyadian Dawn still a divine? Interesting. That's not that rare. I guess a lot of people must be playing EA still. Chilled Ground on Death. Well, good thing I'm immune. Okay, well, I'm not immune to that. Though I probably could be if I got full spell suppress. I'm still considering getting full spell suppress. It's just tricky to balance things like suppress and all that. Oh, okay. 40C sounds more like what I would expect. Yep, that makes sense. All right, hits can't be evaded as extra. That's all fine. Over here is fine. Here is fine. At least last I checked, the number is significantly less than 12%, because about 12% is seismic, and then I think EA was 6 or 7. Yeah, I think Hexblast's about 0.2. So I don't have any good way to link commands because the Streamlabs bot is kind of garbage, and the Stream Elements bot refused to work when I set up commands for it. No, you never use Hex Touch. You don't use Hex Touch for anything. Uh-oh, did I make these damage immune? I think I might have made these damage immune. Ooh, that was bad. I shouldn't have gone over there. I really should read my expeditions a little bit more carefully sometimes. But in good news, I'm pretty sure they're not actually damage immune. They have a ton of block and they're really annoying. I would not play Venom Gyre in SSF. That does not seem like it's going to be a good time for you. Yeah, there we go. I just gave him a bunch of block. I can pin it, though. So, there we go. Thank you for linking that. Oh, grats. Adziri's Step is a very nice early item. Very nice item in general. You know, I wonder, is it worth doing these higher tier harvests? I mean, I'd assume a Deadeye would be Ellie Venom Gyre, but even so, in SSF, that doesn't sound like a super fun time to me. Oh, hi, Innocence. Are you the Innocence touched one? Maybe? No. Oh, nice. That was a 65%. No, I did not try Heretic's Veil. It is not worth giving up my helmet as opposed to giving up my boots. I considered it very early on. Overall, though, just not worth giving up the helmet slot, especially the helmet slot implicits. Right, well, that doesn't matter, so sure. Ooh, we get to have fun. And by have fun, I mean probably do badly, because I'm pretty sure I messed this round up. Binding chains on hit. Well, that's what today's video is hopefully going to answer. So far, though, I would say yes. Maybe I should have turned on temp chains here. Oh, goddammit, it's not on my bars. I have made mistakes. So that 50% area of effect isn't just the curse, it's also Hexblast itself, because Hexblast is a hex skill. Oh, that's so much Yeah, I've bricked this run. I've done so badly here. We'll see if I can save it. First things first. Oh, no worries. I want a somewhat specific jewel. If I wanted any, I would have bought one. The plan is to eventually respec to Occultist, yes. However, Elementalist has been surprisingly competitive so far. I mean, I could easily turn this run around. I just played very badly there because I was playing as if I had temp chains on, and I didn't have temp chains on. Oh, you are a scary shotgunner. Go away, scary shotgunner. Because see, my resolve is back up already, and it's not like my afflictions are... Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to take these off. That would explain a lot of the trouble. Yeah, that... Wait, no. Yes. Those all should be off. I'll keep only the life flask because if I'm using that, it's important. Okay, so now I can go through here and then here. Yes, exactly. I keep temp chains here specifically just because it is so hilariously good for doing these. And because, in general, unless I'm cranking things up and giving the monsters mods, I have the damage to kill them reasonably efficiently without my other damage curse. Or in the case of something like this, I don't really even bother killing sometimes. I just speed through. Right, so merchant for sure, and then into here, and I'll grab the sextant, because I should be able to clear the experimentation chamber. Yeah, I have punishment on my, whatchamacallit, Arcanist brand, and then flammability and either temp chains or Ellie weak on... Did you just hit me? No, you didn't. Good. On blasphemies. Yeah, even without the other damage curse, it doesn't really make a difference. Oh. Well, I guess it does if I just stand there and tank everything. But mine is doing dumb stuff like that. It's fine.
Care to examine some priceless artifacts?
Okay, so next boon can be purchased at no cost, and monsters... All right, so I'm going to buy this first and buy this. I'm not going to buy this. I don't care enough about the 50 resolve to spend the coins. Black smoke is kind of bad. Oh, but fiendish wings is very bad because this counteracts my temp chains. So I'll go here, get the black smoke, go here, and at least clear the floor and then reassess from there. All right, this is find the exit, which means I don't care about enemies. I just care about going fast. Oh, the exit. There we go. Can I be tempted? Oh, 30 chance isn't bad. Not good enough, though. Ooh, Benevolent Fountain, yes. Yeah, Fiendish Wings is terrifying for me. Not a fan of that one. Another find the exit. I bet if I loop over this way, yep. So let's loop over this way. And I bet it's down here? Maybe? Oh, I don't like you. You are the shotgunning projectile guy, and shotgunning projectile guy is not fun. I have missed the obvious exit. Where is the obvious exit? It's over here, isn't it? Yes, right here. Yeah, sometimes it's an easy choice. Sometimes it's a tough choice. Benevolent Fountain. Let's get another boon. Also, I have 50% more damage, which is another reason why I'm just not worried about dropping an offensive curse. It's like, oh no, an offensive curse is gone. I'll only Oh, I shouldn't have cast there. I should have let him dash first. I didn't get hit, though, so that's okay. This is just find the exit, and so I'm not too worried about playing with the guards. I've run into runs like that before. Oh, look! Monsters have 20% reduced action speed! This is exactly the sort of thing that I wanted to see. Alright. Boss time.
Bow to my sycophants. You seek to challenge death by staring it in the face. How pathetic.
There we go. And boss down. Alterations at the end. Well, I don't really care that much about the blessed orbs, so sure. And then jewelers or alks. You know, I could kind of use some alks. I'm okay with grabbing that. That was not bad at all. Kind of. Inspiration is kind of resolve ES. Oh, wait, this is where I... Whoops. Me, why is my damage lower? Oh, right, because the enemies I'm fighting have resistances again. Right. Also, I should put my flasks back on. That might be helpful. And I've been using a instant flask. I want to replace it. So I'm going to be rolling one of these. I think probably the faster one. Nah, the more recovery's better right now. My health pool's too large for the faster one right now, and I can do shenanigans with it for instant on low life. Moves curses, increased recovery rate. There we go. That's tier 2. I can do better than that. Potentially. Oh, right, there's more recovery on low life. I forgot that flask mod was a thing. I had a corrupted blood jewel, and if that was the better tier of a mod, maybe. Oh, there we go. Tier 1. Now I just go beastcraft this real quick. I have heard a lot about it, but I haven't tried it because I haven't had any use for it so far in my gearing. Because I don't really want things that are based on what I'm already wearing, if that makes sense.
Prove to the first ones you are worthy, Exile.
That most of what I'm buying is Black Flame gear, which is very, very different from the fire-based Ignite stuff I'm already wearing. All right, so there's that. Oh yeah, I should buy a few instilling orbs, and it's always such a pain to buy those, though. I'll probably just wait for them to drop. I should also sell the other orbs. Let's see if people will trade me small numbers of things. There's not even small numbers of glass blowers up. What about instilling? So I should definitely automate my sulfur flask. Hey, how's it going?
Godslayer.
Making a bow shouldn't cost you that much. Oh, thank you for the offer, but I got some. Someone answered on the first try. There we go. Though if you have spare glass blowers. Oh, here, I'll whisper so you don't have to delay. Party, and there we go. The double lasers can be very irritating indeed. Oh, the bots are here early. Sulfur flask. My flasks are still a little bit scuffed, but I will fix flasks more later. For now, the important thing is just throwing some quality on the good one. Yeah, the double laser room is quite rough. All right, back to doing this, hopefully a little bit quicker than I was. So I was going kind of slow. Oh yeah,
Did it.
take Temple Chronicle with Locus of Corruption. That's going to get used at some point, I promise. I was with you up until the craft minion attack speed. Why are you crafting minion attack speed as opposed to regular attack speed? Or are you spamming dreads until you get attack speed as a suffix anyway?
Oh.
Yeah, this character is pretty much my speedy mapper. Not that I tend to play all that fast, but... But for as fast as I play, Ignite, Prolif, go burr.
It's put out new mycelium. Ugh, new roots.
Wait, spamming you? I'm confused.
The blight is trying to spread. It's branching, Exile.
I don't think it's worth spamming to get attack speed, if that's the plan. I'm pretty sure it's a lot better to spam until you get dot multi. I guess if your build is really, really attack speed starved, but that just seems like a bad overall budget investment. Because it's easier to get attack speed than dot multi. Yes, they have fixed all the Ichor bugs. Those were fixed a couple of days ago. Why did I do the blight again? Oh. That was a death. Except it wasn't a death, because Flask OP. I wouldn't say I feel that squishy, but also my gear is mostly garbage. I'm sure I would be much tankier if I had real gear on, but I haven't gotten to play and farm as much as I had hoped to. Though I'm also building it very differently from a lot of people, and I'm wearing an actual defensive chest instead of going YOLO damage. So the thing about that is it depends on the rest of your items. On the one hand, I generally agree that it is hard to replace Quill Rain, but on the other hand, no, it's not as simple as you have to get double attack speed mods. Because it depends on how much dot multi you have versus how much attack speed you have.
Local, need your aid.
I guess that would be an example of where the new POB stat weightings would come into play and be able to tell you, in your current gear, it is better to get attack speed, or in your current gear, it is better to get dot multi. Because that isn't a, there's a single correct answer. That's a, it depends. And people said you wouldn't get any greater or grand niggers. Good question. I mean, I'm sure you can just still use Martyr of Innocence, but I'm probably going to go with a +2 weapon and a shield so that I can use either Sapphal's Frame or Aegis Aurora. Yes, absolutely. Well, ideally you get both, but also you could go with a Veiled mod instead, thinking about it more. The other solution would be to go with the Veiled mod for the suffix to get both, and craft +2 supports later, because that isn't that expensive anymore. Though at that point you have to use Empower. So it does slightly limit your gearing and your links. Right, back to do the expedition and actually read it, because I have a few too many deaths to accidentally making things ignite immune, because I haven't played an ignite build in long enough that I forget that it's way too easy to make things ignite immune. Why isn't it a big red mod? Yep, no problem. That is part of why I'm streaming. All right. Can poison, shock. All right, there is no ignite immune. Another trick that I've found is really helpful is to wait at the end of the chain a little bit, like this. Ooh, but don't blink back in like I just did. That's dangerous. So this way I get to pro-lit through a lot of the most dangerous enemies, using weaker enemies from early on that die faster. Which is really bad if there's a Soul Eater rare in there, but really good aside of that. I have not really noticed life regen anymore. I could, Daniel, but I won't. Or more accurately, no, I can't actually press V because there's not a keybind for that. GGG has added too many buttons. And I'm not going to sacrifice one of my existing keybinds for a feature that I don't use that much. But yeah, I'd have to stop to read the mods anyway. I might as well read the mods while I'm placing them. Goodness knows it's easy enough to misread as it is. The Ignite Hexblast is doing good. One of his points, I should probably go do the Maven stuff, and I should go kill her for another Watchstone. Because I only have the 2 Watchstones. I did both the Eater and Exarch really early, and I just haven't done the other 2 bosses for no real reason. Easy money. But also, I'm going to change up my strat here just a little bit. Life regen has never been a serious issue for any of my builds, but now it's super trivial because you can take the mastery on the tree, which for 1 point is a really good auto include until your build does giga damage. And then it doesn't matter. It is, where is it? Here we go. Nearby enemies have 50% reduced life regeneration rate. So I'm not really familiar with Ziz's Elementalist build, but I will say this. That sounds awful on bosses when you don't get Vol Souls. So in that regard, yes.
Hail, God.
I think anyone buys Rarity Tier 3 Fractured. All right, after this next map, I think I'm going to switch to running some lower tier stuff. That is correct, Krendor. I am in fact streaming. So far, I've gotten 0 harvests out of 2 maps because I've been going way slower than I should be. Yeah, Wave of Conviction is the alternative to this, which probably is just as good, to be honest. I just like the damage pattern of Hexblast better, since it 360s stuff. I heard Trap and Mine Hexblast was very buggy right now. Oh, congrats, Snow. Or at the very least, it was very buggy when I was watching Waggle play it early on. Oh, god damn it. Why is that such a faint blue there? That was a mana siphoner, by the way. The really nice thing about Progenesis and Recoup, you basically heal for the damage prevented by Progenesis automatically. Or at the very least, I do. So what you're saying is you do so much damage with a bug doesn't even matter. That's hilarious to me. Or does the bug increase the damage? I guess that's also an option, isn't it? This narrow area makes for quite the firing range for enemies. Alright, did the ritual give me anything good? Gilded Beastcherry Scarab's pretty good. Can't defer anymore. Thoughts in terms of what on the new rares? Basically, what part? Are you playing it on a Sabo or an Occultist? I could see there being a Return of the Occultist Miner for a build like that. I think... Oh. That was a little bit dangerous. I wasn't paying attention at all. I think that Spectral Shield Throw is generally a bad time because it is very hard to hit enemies. And the more dangerous an enemy it is, the harder it is to hit. I would much prefer Arch Nemesis. Arch Nemesis was a lot better in terms of informational clarity and knowing what a monster had on it before you seriously engaged with it. Now there are so many times where I just don't know what a monster has mod-wise because it's all the same generic white text. Now, do I think that this could be improved and fixed and the system could ultimately be better? Yes, I do think the system could ultimately be better, but right now it is definitely worse than the state Arch Nemesis was in as of the end of 3.19. This is a tier 16 map. Scarabs duplicated, sure. And yeah, I have about 2 mil DPS on my Ignite, which does instantly melt most enemies. Unfortunately, the Burning Ground instantly melts me because I don't really have good defenses against it, because my plan for that is later stuff that I can't do right now. And that's been my plan. It's like, oh, I'll just fix that problem later. Yeah, I think anything that you have to aim that's that finicky is just going to perform really poorly in the Sanctum. I mean, any skill can do damage. The problem with Spectral Shield Throw isn't damage. The problem number one is building defenses, and number two, aiming it. You don't need very much damage for your build to feel good. Oh, congrats, Lotador. I'm glad it sold. Okay, I don't want to do the Overwhelm. I'm just going to skip this altar. The rewards kind of suck. There's a harvest.
This way, Exile. Kill it, Exile.
Oh my god, I'm standing in the fire. I hate this. I think I'm gonna change my Pantheon to fix that. It feels so bad to do, though, when I don't benefit from the Ignite part. But, like, I'm taking so much extra damage from Burning Ground rather than the enemies. Yeah, because I'm not crit, I don't freeze very often. I thought about investing into crit, but it just doesn't seem quite worth it on an Ignite build, unfortunately. So I would absolutely, if the question is cold BV or Spectral Shield Throw in Sanctum, 100% cold BV. It is going to be way easier to see and way better. Yeah, Ignite builds are generally very, very reliable. It's the thing that I like about them, even if you don't have that much gear. Oh, congrats. Yeah, I'd have to get 100% freeze chance because there's no way I'm spam casting this with the cast speed that I have. Oh, no. That wasn't too bad. Yeah, a lot of people keep saying that melee is terrible in Sanctum. The issue isn't actually melee, it's builds that force you to stand still. But because BV has very good mobility, and because it can have enough AoE that you can get slightly out of range of the super close range enemies, BV should be very, very good in the Sanctum. Oh. Oh.
Local, need your aid.
Hello, Tujin. I'm still not sure if you actually need to do higher level bosses or just higher floor bosses. Oh, god damn it. Stupid go away ritual button. Also, why am I still burning to death? Oh, this map is awful. I shouldn't have done burning ground. Alright, I can't see that over there. Was that anything bad? No. Okay. Just gonna have my flasks up going into this. Oop. Well, don't worry too much about choice paralysis. Okay, could you not? The burning ground is just locking me out entirely. I hate it. I know this was my own fault, but I hate it anyway. All right. That should burn to death.
Not on my watch.
There we go. Hey, welcome. All right, there's nothing important over there. Oh, god damn it. As a reminder, burning ground sucks. Oh my god, why is there so much of it? When you say new curse unique jewel, which one do you mean? Right. Nice, easy ghosted boss. I'm less scared of the boss than I am of the floor. Oh, I'd 100% rather shocked ground. Give me shocked ground any day. Nope, I am not using Death Aura. Balance of Terror. That sounds familiar. Let's see. Oh, yes, I have seen that one. It's a very interesting. Yep. Yeah, it's the Watcher Eye one. Yeah, it's a very interesting concept. I wonder if you can reroll it with a harvest, or not harvest, Beastcraft. So I have an idea. I have a bunch of maps that I don't care very much about. I'm going to just run them all quickly. Mostly just to get rid of them. So Now I just watch out for Ellie Reflect. I think Ellie Reflect, would reduce non-curse be a problem? It's only a tier 10. I'm sure it's fine. Everything will be dead before it's an issue. It gives effects based on the curses. And I'm going to stop using these for now. Yeah, it is a pretty neat... Also, I'm going to grab these and just stick them in my inventory. Let's just keep track of how much harvest juice we get. Because I've been streaming for about an hour, and I've barely done anything. Which isn't that atypical for me, but... It's time to get a little bit more efficient. I forgot to swap my Atlas tree. I mean, why wouldn't they be able to, though? They're both bosses and they drop loot. Well, why wouldn't I open the unidentified map? It's very low odds that I instantly die. And if I instantly die, oh no, I have wasted EXP that I'm probably going to lose anyway and a tier 10 map that I don't care about. Oh no, if I was going to instantly die to Reflect, it would have already happened. That's the only thing in a tier 10 map that is just going to kill me unless I do something stupid. I say as I stand in the middle of a Harbinger, which definitely qualifies as unless I do something stupid. We Operative Strongbox. Give me loot. Thank you. I've gotten 3 fracturing shards so far. But I really haven't done all that many maps. Right, so I'm getting rid of Growing Hordes, going back to Stream of Consciousness. The only unfortunate thing about the Curse Jewel is you have to cast the curses manually. So I'm not actually using Ignite Prolif. I'm using Barrack's Respite, which triggers on kill. But the reason Ignite Prolif causes Ignites to spread for a while is because Ignite has a duration. Barracks, on the other hand, it will only cause it to spread when the enemy dies. The same goes for all ailment prolif, that anytime during its duration, if the conditions for proliferation are met, it will spread. Barracks has, I'm pretty sure, the same radius as Ignite Prolift support, but a larger radius than the Prolift you get from gloves, unless you were to take the gloves up to perfect tier. I don't care about the Abyss in this map. The whole point of doing these T10s is to not care as much about what's in the map and just go faster. That might actually kill me. No, probably wouldn't have. Even if it's like an Ellie week or minus max map. You do have to respect boxes, though. Boxes are rough. Yes, all of you burn to death. Have fun with that. And Doedri's gonna burn to death before she screams, and out we go. I would assume the plan for that is eventually in the works, at least in terms of minion stuff for PoE 2. Now, in terms of finer details, like, let's just say the Prolift radius, that is actually in the game. It's just on the item itself rather than on your character sheet. Hexblast Ignite is feeling good. As for Death Recap, I'm going to be honest, that is one of those things where the classic Blizzard line of you think you do, but you don't, 100% applies. Everyone wants a death log, but what they want is a magical Christmas land version of a death log that isn't going to happen in PoE, and what we would actually get will basically be useless. I didn't link on the portal gem. It's just a portal gem. They should all burn to death. Yay, happy, happy fire time. So far, I'm not having very good luck in terms of getting harvests in my map. Did I forget to click harvest nodes? I might have forgotten to click harvest nodes. I'll check that in just a second. Could also just be getting unlucky, though. Fine, this is kind of a Sanctum speedrun along with harvest speedrun. Except it's slow because it's slow. Yeah, the thing about the deathlog in PoE is it would not look like the WoW deathlog, because the WoW deathlog is built around each action being logged and processed by the server in a certain way, and PoE does not have that. So the best thing you would see from PoE would be the types of damage you lost health from. i.e., it might be you lost 2,000 health to physical damage and 500 health to fire damage. And it only tracks the last 4 seconds. Plus, that would put a considerable strain on lower-end machines, which would make PoE less playable, and I don't think GGG wants that. Because even WoW's Deathlog isn't very good. The good thing is the community-made tool Warcraft logs. That's what's really useful and helpful. But PoE wouldn't have that because there's no way to record, especially things like coordinate tracking data. The game just doesn't have that built in. Yes. Also, the other problem would be that sometimes you would get tens of thousands of damage and it wouldn't really be helpful. And at that point, you kind of have to pick your poison because too short and it's not helpful, but too long and it's not helpful. Because I was thinking 4 seconds for death log on bosses. But if we're talking about death log on mapping, yeah, it has to be a second or less. "52% shock on T16 bosses sounds quite good. I don't quite remember what mine is. Anything useful here? No. I just want to see more harvests. Give me more harvests, Chris. Oh, ow. I thought I had Hexblasted them all. No, I was just standing there. Unfortunately, I can't tell you you're not crazy for that because I think you're crazy for doing that. Yeah, I just don't think a death log prevents most of the deaths you can't react to. Because it's like, oh, well, don't flame dash into a pack of enemies like a dumbass and just sit there because you flame dashed into a pack of enemies and got stunned. You can't react to that because the minute you flame dash, you have doomed yourself. Golden plate. I don't think anyone's... Well, I'm sure someone's playing MF, but not enough people to make it really worth it. I'll pick it up just in case, though. I still think the best kind of death recap that PoE could add would literally just be an NVIDIA Shadowplay integration. And just play your last 30 seconds before you died. Yeah, I'm just using Brine King because I'm not a Pathfinder. Do I really need to do the bosses? Probably not, to be honest. But I'm bad at going fast, so... I don't know, there are technically drops and stuff, but it's a T10 map, so probably not good ones. Yeah, a replay video is the best possible thing that PoE could add recap-wise. Well, why did I even pick that up? This will be my 5th map in a row without harvest, which is unfortunate because when I was testing this before off stream, I literally got a harvest every single map and I was like, okay, this has some potential. I do it on stream, none. Yeah, I just unfortunately don't think PoE's backend is set up for the virtualization of gameplay like that. Oh, see, complain about it and you get a harvest. Hell yes.
This way, Exile. Kill it, Exile, quickly.
I'd love to see some sort of, you know, this is the thing here. But, okay, so it's 60 instead of 80. I guess what GGG could do is, even if the game doesn't support it, and even if you can't put it on mouse over, make YouTube videos. Just make some YouTube videos and paint in the AoE of skills. That's something they could 100% do, and just link to it in the help stuff in-game. The Petrified Blood effect is from the Progenesis Flask, which is a very good item, and I have a very bad version of it that I should probably sell and upgrade. But I'm going to do that when I'm going to be going AFK and making dinner and stuff later, rather than on stream. Oh, you're still alive because you're a Tukohama. Ah, 11 passive. All right, so I got the thing I wanted from this. Out we go. Yeah, it's a very dumb flask, especially if you can get a little bit of recoup, which I have 30%, and that is plenty. Because then it's just 25% damage mitigation. Who needs Fortify? Well, I guess Fortify protects against dots, or am I remembering wrong? I wonder if the Fracturing Orbs have a level requirement. They probably don't, because I'm pretty sure mirrors don't from Harbingers, or mirror shards. But I guess either way, even if they did, I'm probably at the threshold because I'm doing tier 10s. Nope, the flask does not care about ES at all. It only cares about life. Why it says loss of life from damage. Now, if you're a ES hybrid build and you're using something like Corrupted Soul, then it could still be worth it, because that is a further reduction on the portion of damage that splits through to your health. However, generally speaking, I'm not sure it would be that worth it. So, out of curiosity, when you say 2, do you mean 2 shards or 2 full ones? Because if you got 2 full ones, that is amazingly lucky. So far, I have only gotten shards, and I've gotten 3 shards so far. Oh yeah, unless my build is super heavily reliant on permanently sustaining something like a Dying Sun, Progenesis is going to be my go-to Mage Blood Flask. At least until it gets nerfed into the ground, because I'm pretty sure it's going to get nerfed into the ground. Oh, no worries. I was just curious if it was shards or if you got super lucky, because it should have a 20% chance to proc from shards into a full orb, which means in theory you could get 2. It would just be extremely rare. Because I've only seen shards drop twice. Once I got a single shard and once I got 2 shards. Also, this map should be much easier to clear because it is more linear. No. Well, not when I do that. I got a regret for my bad decision. Into the Sanctum. This run's not terrible so far, but a little bit rough. Oh. Trying to walk through a closed door. Right, so find the exit. I've learned with these, you really don't mess around with the guards unless you absolutely have to. Especially not when there's scary scourge demons. Why are you surprised that I'm doing it in yellow maps? There we go. Traps are faster. Ooh. Both of these are bad. When you say reds drop more... Oh, you meant the harvest stuff. I thought you meant the Sanctum, and I was like, why wouldn't I do the Sanctum? I was very confused. Yeah, I'm doing this because reds take me a bit still, because I want to full clear everything. Whereas yellows, I don't care, so I can just speed through and skip anything that is not my end goal. Any TLDR? I got very distracted answering questions. I've only seriously been trying for about 15 minutes. TLDR, 15 minutes is not enough testing to know. That is the downside of streaming.
Hello, Exile.
Next time you go below or gain... Oh no. This one would be so good, but there's almost no way.
Every little bit helps.
I mean, I'll buy it anyway, but there's a very low chance that I complete the next 2 rooms without losing anything. Oh, I already lost some. That was fast. Oh, I know why. Because when I switched stuff again... Oh, no, I don't want to do this. What I want to do... I know what I should do here. I should remove this, put this here, put temp chains here. That's what I was supposed to have on. Temp chains is the single best curse that you can run in this area. Because when enemies are slow, they are much less dangerous. Like, look at that guy. He's only doing one thing now because he's double slowed. I'm using temp chains and flammability. Or when mapping LE weakness and flammability, because I don't really need the defenses from temp chains while mapping. Oh, no. Enemies shooting more slowly doesn't help if you dodge stupidly. And this is find the exit, so I don't even really need to be engaging with them. But are those traps going off instantly? I think they might be. I definitely took damage from something there. And I did have to get the faster trap thing. Oh well. Can I be tempted? Well, I'm probably not completing the Sanctum, unfortunately. Although that is a very tempting reward. This run is not going well enough that I feel comfortable with that. Although, who knows? This merchant could turn everything around. Oh, that is much faster. Find the exit. Nope, not playing with you. You're scary. And exit.
Greetings.
Purchase relics. Traps are slower. 50% increased resolve recovered.
Every little bit helps.
I'll get
Charge
this,
your
because
presence well.
this way, if I get a fountain, I'm good. Now I just need to look for a fountain. Golden smoke. Nah, I'll just go split purse. Because I don't need Aureus that much anymore. There's a good chance I have bricked this run, though. Because I have made some risky decisions. Nope. I haven't really changed much. If you do want to see the things I have changed, you can pull it from my profile. Oh. Oh, I took a hit and lost. Oh, no. All right, fine. I'll go back and get 5. Ha. I think I'll make it to the end of the floor. Assuming I find something interesting, yes. However, so far, I've mostly just been distracted by chat. So I might have to do some off-stream testing for this before making the video. Been having good discussions, and hopefully everyone's having a good time. But I haven't come to any major conclusions yet, because it's kind of just been... I've done, like, 10 maps in the last hour and a half. When it really should be 10 maps much faster to actually have good data on this. Oh. Did I lose my coins right at the end? Yes. All right, this is going to be the end of this run, I'm pretty sure.
You have invoked the wrath of a powerful entity. Perish!
Wait, nope. Nobody likes you,
You
Verana.
have challenged my legion, but you will succumb.
At least I got my loot. That's really all I care about. 5. Oh, that's at the end of the next floor. Yeah, there's no way I'm doing that. Yep. Sanctum offers. And out I go, and next time I will just reset it. Yes, that is Verana. Or more accurately, that is Verana crossed with Innocence in the worst way possible. Because the Reaper minion is based off of the boss Verana. The Reaper from Expedition. God damn it. I can't get over there. That's one thing this build doesn't have is phasing. I would very much like it to have phasing. It's just really hard to work in. Mm-hmm. Oh, is this the Hexblast that I was leveling up? It is. Now I just need to get a gem double corrupt. And who knows? Maybe fun things will happen. Probably not, but you never know. Alright, since I'm here, I might as well kill the boss. No harvest, though, sadly. Sadly, that belt is not a mage blood. I can confirm. Streamer RNG did not fully proc there. Well, I guess I'm not doing much of this map.
This way, Exile.
We need not the fruit, just the juice.
I'm pretty sure in these tier 10s, if I find the harvest early, I just get out of there. How shocked do you get? Decently. 53%. My tree is clicking all the harvest nodes. Then pretty much that's it. The tree is probably not optimized for it, because I don't really respec my tree for specific things. Right. Time to find another harvest.
Ready, Exile?
Oh, Chaos Orb.
It is time to hunt. This one is captured.
Maybe another Chaos Orb?
Take it.
Nah. Aha, another harvest. Plan success. Oh, I should go back out and kill these things. Should probably also see the prices of these seeds so I know which one that I should be prioritizing when given choices. Right, so if I have 1,000 life force, wild is... Oh, might as well sell this while I look this up. Wild costs about 65 to a chaos. Oh, my old hat. Vivid is much cheaper, so take yellow over red. Or Vivid's more expensive, sorry, not cheaper. And primal is closer to wild. So basically, yellow is best. The others are okay. There we go. That would be a question for POB, not for me. POB will be able to tell you. Purple is 65 to 1, blue is 60 to 1, and yellow is 45 to 1. So the best is yellow. Maybe I said it in an overly confusing manner, though. Anything good here? I mean, I guess that's stacked decks. But I have 28 resolve, so I'm just going to reset. Yeah, lastly, blue ended up being the most valuable, but yellow was still significantly more valuable than red. I just didn't look at the prices very much this early last time. I only looked at them late when things like the Sextant Preservation came in. All right, more harvests.
This way, Exile.
I'm going to say that 2 is better than 1, though.
Quickly.
Probably shouldn't stand in that. I'm not sure the amount of life force I'm getting actually scales with the map tier.
Let it make a mess.
It feels like I'm getting very similar amounts. I don't know, maybe it does scale, and I'm just not noticing. Either way, for do something quickly and don't care about your maps, and use up low-tier maps, this doesn't seem like a bad way to do it. Even if it would be slightly more in higher-tier content.
Make a mess.
Oh, that thing was 65% shocked. That must have proliferated to it. Yeah, Fracture was taken off blue, which is probably why it won't be worth as much anymore. The Fracture blue is now the new Harby Orb. Red or red? I think I'll choose red. Fracture is Harbinger now. Oh, right. Relics first. Do I want to change any of this? I don't think I got anything that really changes anything.
Hello again, local.
Let's see if I get anything good from the Harby. Nope. 0.15C.
Has failure
Gods.
Yes, I have noticed the feature, and
Exile.
from what I have seen of it, it does not seem particularly useful.
fun's over, brine rot.
I like the theory behind it, but in practice, I don't really think it's that useful.
Death holds no.
That was really. I really do hate. Time to see how the poor.
Whoa!
Keep your word or lose your head.
Yeah, it doesn't weight a lot of the most important things correctly, which means if you are trying to use that as your method of gearing, it is going to be a bad
If you
time.
think I'm going to say or do it, you will have to cut the word.
Hate myself.
I am well a savage to live free, to dream, only to return
Yes,
to the circuit.
that is also a very bad feature of it. It doesn't push defenses, which is way more important than damage anyway. Do I even do the research? I don't think so. No, I do. Katarina's probably still worth something. Yeah, there's already a very serious problem with
Deadly and swift.
POB making too much of a big deal out of damage,
See?
and I think
Even
this is just gonna
nightmares
make it way worse.
Death is a natural part of life.
Oh no! Just do it.
I just can't bring myself to.
Whoa!
Keep your word or lose.
The POB feature? I don't think they will. I don't think there's really any way for them to. I think it's just going to be on the community to tell people, hey, this is a tool. Use it for specific things. Do not assume it plays your build for you, because it is very bad at playing your build for you. It is very good at comparing specific things, which if you use it for that, it's great. But it also can't even tell how my build works. So right now, I can't even use it. Hmm. For some reason, when I tried it, maybe just because it's new, it was really, really trying to get me to go hit Hexblast with it. It's like, you definitely want crit chance, right? It's like, no, I don't want crit chance. In fact, if I cared about crit chance, I'd probably invest in it for EO more than anything else. And maybe it was trying to calculate my EO uptime, which is abysmal. Realistically, I should probably just drop EO entirely. I wonder if I have a single point node that I can take. Probably. Because I've noticed I'm not casting nearly frequently enough for EO to be a meaningful difference. Unfortunately, expeditions are not very good in yellow maps. Oh, that I have to look at. Oh, it's a Harbinger. Okay. I'm a little sad now. It's really tough for this build, because Hexblast does not have good base crit. It's 4% base crit, and it's a 1-second cast time, so you're never spamming it. Hexblast is like anti-EO the skill. I miss Wave of Conviction, which has a base crit of 6. Ooh. 2 is better than 1. Though not by much, surprisingly. I don't think the glove enchantments work like that anymore. Ever since they changed EO to only apply to the skill that procs it. Sure. Nope. Skills that have dealt a critical strike in the past 8 seconds. Which unfortunately makes it really bad for this build. In theory, yeah, I could add Hexblast to the Arcanist brand, but that's not adding that many more casts, where even with increased crit strikes, the uptime wouldn't be great. So it's probably better to just drop it entirely and drop Acrimony and use all that on Cluster Jewels. Because I'm level 94, so I should be able to sustain a cluster. All right, even though expeditions are generally bad at low levels like this, it's too good to not do. At least this one. Because all he has to do is drop a couple of burial medallions and it's worth.
Taking on some serious danger, I see.
Alright, I didn't brick myself. Yeah, the awkward thing is there's a lot of other nice things nearby that probably aren't quite good enough to take by themselves. But I noticed a lot of the occultists playing Ignite with Hexblast were using EO, so I was like, oh, I'll just use it, like everyone else. Then I noticed it's almost never up. And that people are probably using it because in PoB it lights up as, ooh, big damage. In PoE it's little teensy damage. That basically never happens. Like, let's see, when is the next EO proc as I'm casting on these packs? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 casts, no EO. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oops. 13. 14. It took 14 casts. That is not good. That is not something that you want. Yeah, basically map done before I saw the buff. And sure, maybe that was a little unlucky, but can't count on any sort of consistency. Let's see. What do I have here? So I have EO, recover life on kill, which I probably don't need, even though it's kind of nice. The dex I need, right? Yes, I need the dex, but I can get the dex here. Wait, that's not the dex node. I can do that. Then I can do this. Drop all of these. And anoint acrimony in place of searing heat. Because I can just take searing heat. Will also give me extra points to play with. This isn't that efficient anymore, is it? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it means I have to worry about less floating points. Where can I get something? So oh, it's out of refunds. I can't loop around here. I can't loop over here. That doesn't help. So chance to ignite is dead. But then ignites deal damage 20% faster. Well, luckily you don't have to understand Harvest to do this method. You know, I'm going to grab the Ash when enemies hit you. This gives me 3 points to put wherever, which is really nice. This overall seemed like a very worthwhile trade. For now, I'm just going to put them here. Yeah, so the method here is to farm the life force to sell later, potentially. So you don't actually have to understand anything about how Harvest works to do this. I know I have an empty jewel socket. I will fill it later. This requires gray, black, black. Let me guess. It's going to say, I don't have black oils. All right. To trade. No. Probably shouldn't do it in the bulk section. We'll see. Two of your finest oils, please. I promise they won't go to occult and dark magic purposes. Yeah, as long as you know the colors for early on, it's fine. Now, you will make more money if you know the crafting. But even if you don't know the crafting, that doesn't mean the strat will be worthless. Okay. That's all good. Oh, monsters reflect elemental damage. I'm glad I caught that. That would have killed me. That's better. So, time to do the remaining maps here. I do like how Hexblast can be used even on non-cursed enemies, but it doesn't cause an AoE. Luckily, enemies don't have enough health that it matters. Right. I probably shouldn't. But it's Tujin. You've got to do it. And then be sad when it drops you a logbook.
That should make things interesting.
So much money. I think that you are not playing the build for the same reason if you are going traps or mines. Oh my god. Fuck off, Soul Eater. God damn it. Soul Eater is just so overpowered now. It's so funny to me that people say, oh, monsters do less damage now, when Soul Eater does more damage than pre-Nerf Arch Nemesis mods. The advantage is that I don't have to worry about full clearing the maps to sustain because they're worth basically nothing. So technically no, but it means that I don't have to care. So yes. Oh, it has to give a damage reduction. There's no way it wasn't dead to my Ignite if it didn't have some sort of massive damage reduction. And it can't even be Fizz because I don't do Fizz. It can't even be Hit because I don't do Hit. Like anything else, that big guy here, he just popped. Yeah, Soul Eater is insane now. Even this, super tanky. And it just melts. That Soul Eater was barely losing health. And keep in mind, this is in a T10 map. It did that much damage and had that much defense. Yeah, it's a very fun build. Speaking of, sadly, without a dedicated curse scaling character, Eye of Malice is not worth it. Eye of Malice is really good until you get an elementally resistant enemy, and then it's just awful. And so instead I went with a helmet with Eldritch implicits. There's not a harvest in this castle, but I will kill the boss.
Godslayer.
Wait. Minus 100 is... I don't remember seeing patch notes on that. Unless you mean the old misunderstanding, which didn't apply to curses lowering enemy resistance. Bossing damage on this build, totally fine. I'm trying to remember what the minus 100 was. Was that just Vidoriani's thing? Or is Vidoriani's thing minus 200? And the minus 100 thing was cannot be reduced below 100%, which was to prevent an underflow error giving you capped resistances. Or infinite resistances, or something weird like that. Because I remember there being patch notes about that, but I was also fairly sure it didn't apply. Winds of Fate is garbage. The word you're using is very incorrect. Winds of Fate is vendor trash. Alchemy shards is what the kids use these days. Does anyone use Vol's Vision anymore? Used to be a really good item. Well, really good AG item, not so much for a player. Problems with Wind of Fate. Number 1, it splits your damage between Elemental and Chaos. There's no real archetype to support Elemental and Chaos damage that lets you effectively scale things. Number 2, half the time, it doesn't do damage. You can kind of fix this with Lucky, but even then, it's much harder to get Lucky these days. How much is this making? I have no idea because I haven't done the math yet. Probably not a lot because I'm playing on stream, and I don't make nearly as much playing on stream because I get distracted demonstrating stuff and talking about bad items and all that. But I think I have a good bit of chaos in my inventory from it. I'll check after this. Actually, I will check after a few more maps. Enough of a regen. I don't know if that's high enough demand, though. Not sure if that's gonna bump the value up enough, but we'll see.
We need not the fruit, just the juice.
Actually, I've done this for about an hour, so after this map, I will tally up how much I made and let you know.
Don't let him make a mess.
I don't think it's going to be that much, because I think I'm doing too low investment and leaving out a bunch of important things. But that's okay. This was just to get a really rough idea in a streamable format. I think a higher investment thing can get you an Omni, but not doing it this way. I thought the cap for enemy resistances was minus 200% though, which is still pretty hard to reach. And that the minus 100 was to prevent you from res immuning yourself with the triple Ellie staff. All right, so 1995 red, or 995 red. I'm going to say they're worth 50 to a chaos. So this is 20C. And then 1623. I'm going to say those are 65. So that's 25. So that's 45C. Then 1254. 60 to chaos, 20. So 65C in an hour. So 0.5 divines in an hour added just by harvest. Though that is a really rough approximation. And that's doing things very, very inefficiently. If I was just like running Strand and sustaining Strand and blasting that, I'm sure it would be much faster. Because layout is hugely important for strats like this. I should probably fix my watchstones. That's what I should really do. Chimera's the only one I've already done, isn't it? Yeah, Chimera's the only one already done. So let's do this and this. Oh god, that's awful. Yeah, and keep in mind with that, that isn't... Ooh, I can get completion. So that half a divine isn't how much I made in total. That is how much I made just from harvest. And technically not even just from harvest, but just from harvest life force. And even with that, yeah, so you never do just one thing like that. You'd add it on. It would be harvest plus expedition, maybe plus strong boxes, all in strand. Just as an example. But unfortunately, I've been very busy with other things, so I haven't had time to properly set up the stream like I would have liked. Aw, it tricked me. That isn't for good business, Flask. It was purple. Come here, big guy. Also, you could use the double life force sextant, which is probably worth it and probably isn't very expensive. Oh, well, standing in that's bad, by the way. Don't do that. Oh, you definitely don't want to do this with Delirium. No, 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 no. That is very bad. Delirium is on the opposite side of the tree from Harvest. Or is it? Yes, it is the actual opposite side of a tree from Harvest. Legion you could do. Breach you could do. Expedition you could do. Strongboxes, Ruckus, Abyss. I think those are all the compatible mechanics. But you don't want to do stuff that splits your tree in weird ways. Oh no! Oh, that's so bad. Where is Delirium? Yeah, Delirium's here. And Harvest is here. So you don't want to do those together, really. But you could go like Harvest, Legion, super easily. Harvest, Legion, Breach. Harvest, Harby. All sorts of stuff like that. No, I haven't gotten completion on Lair. All right, let's get completion on Lair. I know there's a few maps that I've just been lazy about filling out. I've been lazy about filling out a lot with my Atlas. Oh, grats. But yeah, that's exactly the sort of strat you want, where you can build your Atlas to do a lot of things that are close by and spend less on travel points. Cold damage, block is annoying but doable. Yeah, you definitely can't expect a drop like that every league, or even every year from boxes. But it's nice when it happens. Well, hopefully you can spin that off into making all the currency you need for the rest of the league. Don't blow it on dumb stuff. by dumb stuff, I mostly mean items that are super expensive early that crash in price later. Like, there's a good chance Reign of Splinters is going to be worth very little later in the league. And right now it is very expensive. And it would be a poor investment. Alright, it's just the annoying blocky boys now with flame trails that will eventually get ignited and die. Oh, and it's resistant to fire. Okay, that makes sense. Oh my god, go away. Alright, I'm just gonna ignore that thing. Nope, this is no Wandering Path. I've never liked Wandering Path for Harvest or Expedition. Save that for later. Ooh, Operatives box. Pen, chromes, For endurance charge and non-damage. Oh, that's the easy one. Yes, I'm actually reading those for now. Aw, it baited me. I thought I could open it twice. Yeah, Grand Design Harvest is better, and I wanted to do these without Grand Design, but if I do this seriously as a strat, I am definitely still going... Ooh, that's an interesting one. Am I still going Grand Design? Because now the small passives are actually worth something. Ah, I almost think it's better to do neither. And do the pack size scarab thing. Because the numbers on that are better than I expected. I have not seen the 17 Divines 1 map video. I generally don't see any PoE videos. Is it amazing? It's not quite as impressive as I was hoping, I'll be honest. So I'm not as sure that it's as amazing as I hoped for a low investment strat. But it is very solid. I'm willing to say it's very solid and that I need to test off stream when I can really focus and track data and all that. Also, I should probably sell a bunch of stuff and fix my build so that I can do these a little bit faster. Yeah, that is a little bit hard without stream of consciousness. Oh, that would do it. Yeah, it may come as a surprise since I make a lot of PoE content, but I basically don't ever watch or find PoE content interesting. God damn it. Looking at the screen is important, by the way. I didn't see the bubble head thing. Is it really a head thing? Bubble shield? I don't know what to call it. Oh, look, a scout. It's only a couple leagues late. And now it'll just burn to death. Do this. Oh no, I tried to cast Hexblast too early. Unlike a lot of skills, Hexblast needs a target, so if you try to cast it too early, nothing happens. Oh, that is one angry monkey. Go away, angry monkey. I'll take the guaranteed here. I do not want to stand with a voodoo doll. It's still alive, and now it is not. This is a very rippy map, but it's very worth it. I mean, look at how much essence I've gotten. Or life force. Down this way we go. I think I need about 1 or so mil more DPS, and this build will be really comfortable for tier 16 farming. Which, ooh, Coward's Trial. Which would put me at probably about 3 mil, I think. Not 100% sure where my DPS is right now. Let's just say 3 mil before punishment, and this should be really comfy for T16s. And I know that number might sound really low. You might be thinking, wait a minute, but I've had builds that aren't comfortable in tier 16s that have 10 mil. That is what we call fake DPS in POB. 3 mil, if you are actually doing 3 mil at all times, is very comfortable and consistent. Especially if you spike above it temporarily, like when I do with punishment, because enemies are on low life. This strat does seem more and more, as I do it, a stream of consciousness thing.
There is nothing to regret.
Venom Gyre also seriously tempted me. That was one of the options I was considering. No, wait, I don't want to make it ignite resistant. No, stop making it ignite resistant. The main reason I changed my mind is I just didn't want to level a Venom Gyre character. Okay, so I need to deal with Burning Ground. Capture Megara. Do I have... Oh, no, I don't have any vials. This either means I have them hidden on my filter and didn't pick any up, or I had the idea of, oh, I'll just sell them now and buy them for cheap later. Knowing me, it's probably the second one. Oh, they're only like 5-6C now. I know they were close to 10 early on. Yeah, that makes sense. I leveled his Wave of Conviction because I wasn't sure how Hexblast would do at low levels. It probably would have been fine. All right. Crater map. Bagheera. All right. Crater. Good, I have a low tier one that I can just throw away. That Sanctum's too low level to put in my pool. I guess I'll kill the Harbinger because they don't care about level. If you ever want a really good farming strat for not only low investment, but low tier maps, go with something like Harbinger plus Essence. Those mechanics do not scale based on the map's tier. Or I guess I should say their rewards don't scale because they do get more dangerous. But the rewards don't scale. Cool. Now I am immune to burning ground. Yay. That will make my life so much easier. Burning ground was awful. I'd love to see that mechanic just removed. Expedition does scale, yes. Although not necessarily as hard as some other mechanics. Legion's another one that, if I remember correctly, does not scale. Gotta love blowing up all the porcupines at point blank range. Definitely a good idea. Oh, did they change that about Legion? I remember one of the biggest strengths of low-level Legion farming during the actual Legion League was the fact that it was exactly the same in a low-tier Glacier as it was in a T16. Whereas an example of a mechanic with extreme scaling is Delve. Delve is a completely different world when you get into the higher level content. And even just getting Sulfite, you're not doing that in low tier maps. Oh, okay. That's good then. That needed the scaling. It's been a bit since I've done any Legion farming in a context where I wasn't just doing T14 plus.
Oi, over here.
All right. Suppress. Fizz is extra, but it drops graders. Trade offer. Your EXP for my loot. Accept. Additional fizz reduction, shocked ground. Now that is a good trade offer. This doesn't do anything. I'm immune to shocked ground, and I don't deal fizz damage. So, add this. This. Essence, Hex on hit. Number of rare monsters.
Ready?
There we go. Close enough. Are you Soul Eater? Oh no, you're a stupid cycling resistance thing. It's just sometimes damage immune and sometimes not. Ooh. Unique Diviner Strongbox. Oh, why did I click that there? My Progenesis Flask absolutely saved me from what would have been a really stupid death where I ate the porcupines and then just clicked the flask, or clicked the Strongbox. So I was right in the enemies after taking a ton of damage. Not bad. The strat, well, I'm technically not doing it anymore because I'm going to wrap stream up soon. But what I was doing is running maps quickly and doing the harvest to see how much currency the harvest would add. Doing it very unoptimally added half a divine an hour. I suspect with more optimal play, we're talking about adding a couple divines an hour just from the harvest essence. Or harvest life force. I should stop calling it essence. That's a bad habit. And so overall, it seems like a pretty good thing to add to whatever strat you are doing. Ah, yes, burning ground immunity. This solves so many problems. Mortal Grief, Gilded Abyss. Gilded Abyss has to be worth something. Hey, morning. How is it going? Hopefully your league start has gone well. Essence of Greed, that should still be worth something this early. Oh wait, I might as well buy the Alks. I'm going to be honest, if you need help with the Atlas tree, you do not want to copy mine. Mine is in no way optimized for this strategy because I like to switch strategies around a lot, and I did not have the respec points to completely respec for it. I'm not sure I'd even change anything for this, but yeah, don't copy mine. If I end up optimizing it, then I'll include it in the video. For now, though, there's a very good chance that my tree is very wrong. Oh, that's really nice. Oh, I have all of the harvest nodes except for the ones that reduce spawn chance. Although it could be worth doing both the pink and purple reduced spawn chance, I'm not 100% sure. I don't think so. All right, my DPS is a little low for Guardians still. Not terrible, though. I shouldn't stand in that. Okay. Well, this is going to kill me. Yeah, that's probably going to kill me. I haven't needed single target, so I never fixed my single target. Which, as you can see, is a mistake. I should have single target for this fight. Oh, I was hoping I'd get the cheeky portal off. Yeah, the last time I did any single target was Searing Exarch, which did not have elemental... Oh, this doesn't even have elemental resistance on the map. Okay. Hydra is just tanky. Okay, though. Now she's below 50%, she'll be taking significantly more damage from punishment. Oh, yeah. Look at that Hydra melting.
That stretches the sanity of the mind.
What did I have on this? Map boss gains. A bunch of stuff that didn't actually matter. I should probably fix my damage before I do Shaper. I should also probably do the tier 14 maps to progress the Maven quest, because I just haven't been doing them. This league start has been very scuffed for me, but it's fine. So ultimately, this is what I got in harvest stuff, which overall is pretty good. As long as you're using your flame dash correctly, this build is pretty mobile. But you definitely have to remember that your flame dash only has 3 charges and use them appropriately. Otherwise, it can feel a little bit immobile. Also, I could fix things to run much, much faster. I just haven't. I'm still using Wind Scream, which is not exactly good for going fast. And... oh, I guess I do have a movement speed during Flask Effect. Well, right now you should look for yellow, but ultimately you should look for whichever is the most expensive in bulk. And I can't give an answer on that because it changes all the time. When I checked earlier, it was yellow though. That said, if you want to know more about the harvest strategy in detail, the on-stream test has been good enough that I'm going to be doing a much more in-depth test and actually recording results and tracking data. If you're interested in that, get subscribed. While you're down there, be sure to leave a like. If you want more PoE content, Torchlight Infinite content, Diablo 4 content, that's all going to be showing up as well as the game comes out for D4 and as Season 2 comes out for Torchlight Infinite. PoE stuff, it's going to be happening over the next few days and into the rest of the next month. But I hope you've enjoyed. That's going to be it for me today, unless you have any more questions. TLDR on the strategy is put harvest on maps, kill harvest monsters, get life force, and profit. And I'm going to sell all this life force now so that I can upgrade my gear, because that is something that I've been neglecting to do. Most of my money went right here, and I regret nothing. But that Hydra was a wake-up call. These are old and basically bad, and this is old and basically bad, and should probably just go Black Flame at this point. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. And I'll talk to you later. Again, if you want to know more about the strategy, more details, I'll be making a video that will be more detailed. I don't quite know when it will come out, though, because it'll probably take me a day or two to do all the testing. With that, thanks for watching. Have a good night.